Picture this. You walk past her every day on your commute. At your hotel, you think she's working, but she's not.
He beat me. He had me in hotel rooms by myself for weeks. So I would go hungry because I wouldn't obey what he wanted me to do. It's a trap. Once you're there, it's hard to get out of. It's really hard. I really thought that if I didn't leave, he probably was going to kill me because I didn't want no longer to be a prostitute. So I had to ask myself, is this something I still want to do, or do I want out?
In bustling cities and quiet suburbs, a hidden industry thrives: sex trafficking, a form of human trafficking that involves the use of fraud, force or coercion to persuade or compel victims to engage in commercial sex for the profit of the trafficker. An illegal billion-dollar business that thrives off exploitation, silence, and demand. Victims are often lured with promises of work, love, or safety, but what awaits is isolation, control, and violence.
Thanks to tourism, millions of people cross borders and stay in hotels every year. But the world does not know the scarier truth that lies at the reception desk. According to research conducted by Human Trafficking Search in 2021, it has been found that traffickers exploit the travel industry, and specifically hotels, resorts, and other popular locations, which serve as active hubs for the actual business of trading people for work and sex services. These people are moved so often that finding a clear pattern is nearly impossible. In fact, using subcontracted labor in disguise of third parties is common in a lot of popular tourism spots, or even in countries where laws don't exist. There is also abuse through short-term rentals and online booking services. Everything is in our faces, yet right under our noses. The business of human trafficking takes place on a worldwide scale. It goes beyond country borders, exploiting the impoverished and regions with feeble laws. As noted by Migration Data Portal, human trafficking occurs alongside irregular migration, with women and children often targeted in conflict or post-disaster zones.
All alone in a big city at 15, I started to seek the love and acceptance that I wasn't getting from my parents. I found it online with a 36-year-old man who I eventually formed a relationship with in real life. I was convinced and afraid that if I talked, someone would hurt me or worse. I felt so trapped that police wanted to get me and my trafficker wanted to get me.
The roots of human trafficking are much deeper in basic injustice, economic needs, and a lack of strong regulations, despite the fact that it is commonly presented as a problem involving international crime or personal exploitation. Trafficking does not arise in nothingness, as social scientists have long hypothesized.
Mainstream media often distorts or glamorizes as exploitation, but trafficking survives because demand persists.
Together these sisters from around the world. What would you like to see them do or achieve by the next General Assembly?
I would like to see them address demand, the buyers, because they want to address the root causes, and there are a number of root causes, but one of the main ones is that people are still willing to buy other people, and when people aren't buying, it's much harder to sell. I mean, that's your basic capitalist theory. You got to have product, and if you don't have buyers for your product, it's much more difficult to sell that product, and that's what I would like to see.
Contrary to public perception, not all victims are young. Many middle-aged women and men are trafficked and forgotten, and the torment and trauma is lasting. Sean, a 44-year-old male who is a survivor of sex trafficking, lives in San Francisco. He speaks about the troubles he went through in his teens and 20s, but like other survivors of sex trafficking, he continues to struggle with homelessness, addiction, and mental health disorders. Survivors are fighting back, and every person can play a role by recognizing the signs, reporting abuse, and challenging the systems that enable it.